must focus on the pronunciation too, because if you are talking Wednesday to Wednesday, it definitely sound awkward. Okay, some normal words you can use the chat gpt tool. It is free of cost and it is outstanding. If you are gonna, at last I just want to say, go on chat gpt and type that some mispronunciation words, show me, that is highly used while conversation. You will get the list of the words and simply you can learn in one quick, so it will save your time. You can learn the words which is required, because
So thank you so much, Sangeeta, for giving your valuable time. I know you are a very busy person, but you manage your time. It means a lot to me.
and I also love to do session with you. First of all, thank you for this, but yeah, I also want to do the session about the topic that you have chosen, because many times I get comments regarding this on my comment box. So I thought I will prepare a video, but I did not get proper time. But now from this conversation we can definitely help others.
Yeah, surely. So let's talk
Yeah,
about the topic. Shall we start?
yeah, definitely we can start.
Okay. Okay. So first, I want to ask you one question. Can you describe pronunciation, or do you think is it really necessary to brush up your pronunciation?
Okay, so your question is that what is pronunciation and how we can improve the pronunciation or something else?
Is it really necessary to brush up your pronunciation? Because a lot of people they don't care about the pronunciation, and it comes, I think, after a certain period of time, in my opinion. But what do you think about it? Is it really necessary?
According to me, as an English learner, we must focus on the pronunciation too, because if you are talking Wednesday to Wednesday, it definitely sound awkward. Okay, we must have the idea that, because if you are learning English language, you know what should we need to speak and what not. Like randomly I have seen there are many people, even I also made mistakes. So like if you are learning English language, this is your right. You need to learn all the aspects step by step. Don't focus on the perfection part, but the stuff you can learn regarding English language which is necessary. Pronunciation is also very important part, because if you are mispronouncing the words, people cannot listen you, or people can genuinely, you will give them chance to laugh at you. So if you know that you are lacking in this side, then try to work on this. And there are some type of words, it is already, there are many videos available on YouTube, so go and watch those videos to clear your pronunciation. Even there are free apps also available. So yeah, according to me, it is necessary to work on pronunciation part.
Yeah. And I could not agree more because it is really important. If you are giving a speech, if you are giving an interview, and at that time, if you
Exactly.
just make a simple mistake, and it will make you like a very bad speaker. So at that time, you should speak very correctly. But I think the
Exactly.
problem is a lot of people they are not aware about their mistakes regarding pronunciation. So what do you think about it? Like if I talk about you, which kind of a problems did you face, and how did you come out from those difficulties regarding pronunciation?
Okay, initially I will tell you about my pronunciation mistakes. I mostly talk to, restaurant to restaurant and Wednesday to Wednesday, and there are many words out there, and I was telling schedule to schedule, so I was making these kind of mistakes. So like I started watching some podcast in English language, some American shows also, and British shows also, and normal Indian podcast also I started listening. So after listening the podcast, I was able to understand, okay, I was mispronouncing these words, because few months back I watched the video of Priyanka Chopra where she is giving a speech in English language
Mhm.
in America. So like I was always saying schedule, but it's schedule. Is we need to use is like schedule, we should say this. So I understand how much big mistake I was making, because all the time I was saying schedule, so it is not schedule. And like Wednesday, like I was recently few months back I used Wednesday, so our children corrected me that D, it is not Wednesday, it is Wednesday. So I learned from him. So it is genuinely sound very awkward when you make mistakes. Even sometimes you know that this word like should be pronounced like this, but still we make some by misunderstanding we make mistakes. But yeah, according to me that we need to work on pronunciation. And how I have learned, by watching podcast and by watching a lot of Alina Rai's videos. She's creating like damn super videos. I love her videos, like the content she is creating, and the pronunciation, everything is accurate. Even she's creating some kind of playlist also on YouTube, like some words, what is the mispronunciation of this words and what is the correct how we need to pronounce those words. So I started watching a lot of podcast in English language, because the people you are going to listen who already have good authority on English language. Secondly, they know how to speak good English language, because they are into this language with very long period of time, so they have a lot of knowledge. So try to listen. And there are many Bollywood actors, they give their speeches, so also they have learned English language from the professionals, so they know how to speak the words. So I was listening a lot of videos. Till now I'm also watching many podcasts, like Ranveer Alabadia's podcast. He is giving very good job. And there are many entrepreneurs and there are many people who is doing productive talk on English, like on English topics, as well as like topic can be anything but the language they are using in English. So it helps me to improve my pronunciation part along with English. So yeah, this is how I improved. And that is the thing I will recommend to all that who is facing the issue in the pronunciation part. Make sure try to listen more and more and watch more and more podcast in English language, and definitely your the area of content will also increase in your brain, as well as you will learn many words to speak English language. So it will work for your pronunciation part. You will learn accurate meanings and accurate way of speaking. Simultaneously you will learn there are sometimes we found that lack of words and lack of vocabularies, we don't have what to say next. So it will also cover up in this, because I am following this. It has been 7 to 8 months and it is genuinely helping me a lot. Yeah, so this is the answer of your question.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
very great answer, I think. Listening to the good content creators and listening to the good people, so that you can just get the good pronunciation, I think. And there is a one thing I would love to add here. If you are
Yeah.
facing a lot of issues to pronounce the word, so you can search that word on Google, and later then
Yes.
you will get to know about the pronunciation. And if you search any word on Google, so there is a button also, like where you can record
Yeah.
your voice, and
Listen.
after that he will correct you, like you are pronouncing the word correctly or not, and he will give you the feedback as well. So that is a great thing.
Exactly.
And I think one more thing I would love to add here, I think when people sometimes they are unable to find, like they are making a mistake or they are not making the mistake, so they can read any kind of a book. And when they read any kind of a book, so they definitely going to come across a lot of words which they cannot pronounce correctly. And the problem is, I think a lot of times there are words. For example, if there is a word called like now or honest, okay, so there is only one syllable is present in one flow. I'm saying the sentence, but there are words called like beautiful. So there are two syllables. So people don't know about it, so they make the mistakes. So when if you want to pronounce any word, so you have to break the words and slowly you have to say the words and then say the words really fastly, so you will get the correct pronunciation. For example, the word pronunciation, a lot of people they mispronounce this word also, and I think there are
Yes.
five syllable are present, like pra, nan, she, a, shan.
Yes.
Or I
Even
have
it
a
is
problem.
properly defined on Google as well.
Yeah. Or it is the hardest part, I think. And
Yeah.
I have a problem with, I think, shan or shan, shah or shaljam wala shah or samundra wala shah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I cannot pronounce it. Few days back, I think 6 months ago, I was making a mistake. I was There was a word called graduation. Okay, so I was pronouncing it really wrong way. So some people corrected me, and after that, I start working on it. But but I knew the word. But when I was making a conversation with someone, so I was making the mistake again. So it is also the main problem. A lot of people they will know the word really well, but it is really hard when they start speaking with another person, so they cannot add. So they should, like, I think in my opinion, they should give time to themselves and they pronounce the word again and again for 5 days or 6 days continuously, and after that they will get the meaning, in my opinion. Like, it is not like that today you have learned a word and later then if you speak with someone, so you will speak correctly. It's not going to happen. You have to give, I think, 7 or 8 days. Yeah.
Exactly, you are right. Yeah, actually, I want to ask a question from you. Like, what do you think, like, as speaking, listening, writing, these are important part of English improvement. So, according to you, pronunciation, how much important? Like, do let us know to our subscribers, like, how
I
much
think it
pronunciation is important.
I think it is very important. I think, as you mentioned few minutes ago, if you say honest instead of saying honest, if you say honest, so it will you will sound like a very terrible speaker at that time. Maybe you must knowing about a lot of grammar rules, you have a lot of vocabulary, but you will not sound
Yeah,
really good. And when another person later listen to you, so they will find out about your this weakness, and they are not going to listen to you also at that time. They will think in something in their mind like that it is not a good speaker, he's making a lot of mistakes. And I think pronunciation
yes,
comes after, I think it is a part of, I think, spoken English, I think, because it comes in the speaking.
exactly.
So after that, what you can do, I think, in my opinion, like, pronunciation is like a I think, what should I say, I think, regarding pronunciation, it is difficult to answer, I think. It's important, I think, I can say that it's really important. You should just
Yeah,
focus on the
exactly.
pronunciation. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So,
this is
would you
also,
like
yeah,
to share?
pronunciation is genuinely very important. We must know.
Okay,
Could you please
I think,
repeat again?
uh, I was saying,
What did you said?
uh, would you love to add any points in the pronunciation part? Would you love to share anything?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I would like to share one thing. Like, as people are thinking pronunciation is important, yes it is important, but it is not as much as important the speaking level. Like if you are going to take the pronunciation part and you will hold that when it comes to speak English, I am making mistakes, I am not pronouncing the words wrongly, then you will just stick in the pronunciation topic. So try to speak as much as you can, and along with this listen, professionals who are creating content on YouTube, and there is a lot of free content available on YouTube, so do watch them. If you are going to watch them, then definitely your pronunciation will be correct, because if you are speaking wrongly, then you need to add the correct pronunciation words, and definitely it will be replaced by the correct ones. So pronunciation is important, but not that much important. Like people sometimes take a lot of yeah, my pronunciation is not good, so they don't even speak in front of people. They just feeling like stammering, and they know how to speak, but still because of their some weakness they hold them and they don't speak. So don't take the pronunciation part like it is very huge, without this I cannot speak. So no, it is just a part of, but yeah, it is quite important. You need to focus on speaking and listening, and it will also simultaneously will be correct.
Hmm. I think it is really
Yeah,
important for intermediate speakers. I think if they want to
yeah,
upgrade themselves, if they can construct the sentence, if
exactly.
they have a lot of vocabulary, then they can speak up, then they can brush up their pronunciation, because at that time it
Yeah,
comes. If beginner starts,
exactly.
thinking about their pronunciation, so they are not going to speak because they don't have words. Okay, sometimes they face they face a lot of struggle to say something in English. So I think,
Yes,
in nutshell, I would like to say, like, if you read any word, so you should know the correct pronunciation at that time, and just try to use it, or whenever you're making a conversation, and it's not going to come like when you start speaking in English, so you will pronounce the word incorrectly. So just take some time, and do not worry about the pronunciation. I think just try to focus on, like as you mentioned, you have to
yeah,
focus on spoken English.
yeah, Yeah, and one point I would like to add. Few days back, one of my subscriber who told me that, Madam, I started listening audiobooks and which is helping me to speak better English language. Even I'm able to understand what is the correct pronunciation of the words. So I would like to tell all of you, do listen audiobooks because it is genuinely, I guess, powerful. Because the people who are recording this kind of audiobooks, who are very intelligent and they have very good knowledge about English, along with this, the topic you are watching audiobook, you will get proper knowledge simultaneously. Your pronunciation will also be improved along with English. So do listen audiobook, it will help you.
Yeah, surely I think. And
Yeah,
listen to the those audio books which you are really interested in. It is also matters, I think. Sometimes you
exactly.
will bore because if you choose any other kind of content which you are not really
Yeah,
interested, so choose a good content for you.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
according to your interest, we can listen.
Mhm. And I think reading books is also very helpful if you want to brush up your pronunciation, I
Yeah,
think.
because you are going to speak, and once you speak, then definitely, sometime our mouth is not formed in such a way to speak some kind of words. Initially, I was speaking like I was mispronouncing the word of vocabulary. I was like in a wrong way, in wrong pattern. I was saying vocabulary, but now I'm speaking right. But at that time, I was making mistakes. So just I want to say, listen more and more and try to read, because once you read you will speak from your mouth, so you will do the practice as well how to speak.
And I think learning a pronunciation is a difficult nut to crack, in my opinion. It takes years. For example, like a few days ago, few months ago, I was creating a podcast called Rendezvous with Angels. So the word rendezvous, if you read this word, so it's like Rendezvous. But when you pronounce it, so it's like rendezvous. So the spelling is different and the way you are pronouncing the word, it is really different. So there are a lot of words in English. The way you are
Yeah,
reading the word, and the way you are pronouncing the word, it's completely different. So it takes some time, I think.
yeah, but we can learn. Yeah,
Yeah. You are
exactly.
absolutely right. Okay, so in the end, I think I would love to say, like, are you getting any kind of words in your mind, because you must have spoken with a lot of English speakers, so which kind of mistakes they did regarding pronunciation? Any words in your mind?
Yeah, I have few words. First
Mm,
is that the word is called uh, pronunciation itself is the word that people say.
mm,
Pronunciation is the pronoun is the part of English grammar. So people, when they say pronunciation, they say pronunciation. So it is absolutely correct, it is not right. You need to say pronunciation, this is the correct format. And people say restaurant, it is the, like, yeah, according to the word we should say restaurant, but it is not restaurant, the pronunciation is restaurant. Even we read Hindi books we say restaurant, like Hindi में भी
mm.
यही चीज लिखी होती है restaurant. So we need to focus on restaurant, not restaurant. I was also making this mistakes. And one more word I would like to say. Yeah, one word is also Wednesday. It is also feeling so much awkward when we say Wednesday. It is not Wednesday, it's Wednesday only. We must say Wednesday. And some normal words you can use the Chat GPT tool. It is free of cost and it
Mm.
is outstanding. If you are gonna, at last, I just want to say, go on Chat GPT and type that some mispronunciation words. Show me that is highly used while conversation. You will get the list of the words and simply you can learn in one quick, so it will save your time. You can learn the words which is required, because if you are going to learn everything, it is not possible. Definitely you are gonna make mistake. But the few words which is genuinely using in general conversation and people are using, then you can learn those words. Okay, this is the way I need to speak, and which is like this is wrong way and this is right way. You can learn because Chat GPT provide you all the human touch answers and it will genuinely save your time. So do this, because I have, like, I am doing many times whenever I found that this word it's I'm pronouncing wrong. So use Chat GPT tool, it will help.
Mhm. Yeah, surely, I think. Okay, so in the end, I think I would love to share a few words also from my side. The first word is, I think, bowl. I think the spelling is BOWL, and a lot of people pronounce it like bowl. But I think it is incorrect pronunciation. And if you say to them like
Yeah,
the correct pronunciation is bowl, they are not going to agree with you. They will say like it is the Indian
yeah,
pronunciation. But like if you search on Google
yeah.
also, so the correct pronunciation is bowl. So this is the
Ball.
word,
Yeah, we say ball. Yeah,
and I think a lot of southern
yeah.
people, I think they have a problem with h part, h pronunciation. A lot of people say like our, honest. Hmm? So they should not pronounce
I
like
just,
that, I think.
I,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I was saying
yeah.
like they should
Actually,
pronounce.
I was
Yeah.
saying that,
Hmm.
yeah, like simply if people can learn the vowel sound and the consonant sound, their pronunciation mistake will be okay. Because in the
Hmm.
vowels there is a difference mentioned, that when you say h to ha and like honest and like hand, so if we not say hand, like we use ha, and in honest imandar we use so we can learn this, and how to speak we can correct by learning consonant and vowel sound. It will help.
Yeah. And I think some
Yeah,
basic words is going to help you. You do not have to learn a lot of really complex words. And some people, I think they pronounce
exactly.
the wood word also really wrong. They say wood. So it's also incorrect. So they can work on these things.
Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
think it is more than
exactly,
20
because
minutes. So
every
that,
beginner make mistakes. Yeah,
yeah, surely.
now we can wrap up the conversation, and it was super conversation, definitely gonna help people.
Yeah, surely. And thank you so much for giving your valuable time. Bye bye and have a
Yeah,
wonderful day.
always welcome. Bye bye.